Introducing your hosts of the Austin FC Show, Brittany Flowers and Marshall Newhouse.
Spencer, my man, thank you very much.
What an introduction.
Hey, he never disappoints. Never disappoints. Welcome to round two, show two of the Austin FC Show, live stream show. This is Brittany Flowers.
It's
Say
round
hello,
two
Brittany.
For you, round one
round
for
two for me, but you know, she's a pro.
Thank
she's
you.
She's gonna pick it up.
We'll see right now.
She's gonna lap me probably.
Whether or not I'm a pro.
Yeah.
Okay, the set is incredible.
Yeah. What do you think?
this.
What do you think?
It's very Austin,
Very
as it
Austin?
should be. I
Yeah.
love it. It's beautiful.
Got some custom work on the walls. They did a great job.
We have a Stuver jersey right there.
Stuve is our rotational jersey of the day, so shout out to Brad. And then all the paraphernalia, if you will, just Austin to the core. Thank you guys for coming. Again, this is our show for you guys, the fans. Again, round two. Again, we're figuring this out, but just bear with us and we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good fun time. We're gonna talk, let you guys in on some Austin stuff, some team stuff, and we encourage you to engage in the chat. That's been the best part of this so far, just talking to you guys, the back and forth.
That's exactly what I was going to say, is like, we're going to have fun, but it's only made more fun when people write things in the chat.
Absolutely.
So, like, let me know if there's something in my teeth, because I definitely
don't let her
need to
know. Don't let her know.
Please.
Let her
no,
ride. Let her
Marshall,
ride.
come on. Okay, so one big thing that is going on right now.
Start us off. What we got?
In the city of Austin.
Yeah.
Is South by Southwest.
Oh yeah.
So you
Have you heard?
Yeah. Have you ever heard of it? If you've never been to a South by Southwest, it started off as actually like a music festival.
Yes, it was music forward.
And it has just grown and grown, and now they have like a film side of it, which kicked off early in the week.
Right.
And then they have what they introduced, a comedy side of it.
There's
this
comedy,
year.
yeah.
And then music kicked off yesterday.
And then interactive is kind of the first part of that. A lot of
Yes.
startups, panels.
Technology
Really
that I've
interesting
never
stuff.
even seen before.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And you said that because you're from Texas, you had been coming to South by before. Do you see a difference in like what it used to be and what it is
Yeah,
now?
you know, I always came in my younger years, my formative years, for the music part. So
Okay.
towards the end, you're looking for shows, looking for your favorite artist, sneaking in, getting on lists, because you know you can't afford a pass.
Yeah.
You're just trying to make a show of it, have a good time. You're walking around 6th Street, you're walking around East Side, going what you didn't go to. So now, you know, you see a lot more of the interactive stuff, a lot more of the startup scene. This has just become a really amazing mecca, if you will, a pilgrimage of people in the tech world, all over the sector, to come share thoughts, network, have a good time. So you saw so many installations, Web3, crypto, everything you can see.
Words that I am like, ooh, I need to figure out.
Why
like
don't you
NFTs.
define it for the fans, since you know it so well.
Yeah, I'm really a professional.
What is your definition of an
of
NFT?
an NFT? What does it actually stand for? Do you know?
A non-fungible token.
Okay.
Yeah, what does that mean to you? Tell me, without any knowledge, tell me what that means to you.
Here's what it means. It means it's something that you can't hold tangibly, but like you're the person that owns it.
Oh yeah.
Is that right?
That was
Do you know?
yeah.
Was that pretty good?
That was pretty good. She just kind of, I was off the
Thank
cuff.
you.
So
Well, so I sat in a panel of like, what is the future of technology? And she kind of talked a little bit
Yeah.
about NFTs, but like NFT, Web3, metaverse. These are the things,
metaverse.
and I was like, oh, I'm old. I feel like when they introduced the computer years and years and years ago, and people were like, that's not going to be a thing.
Yeah.
And now obviously it's a thing. That's how I feel right
That's
now.
fair. I mean, I didn't have, regular computer stuff since I was like 9. So
Okay.
I come from the way back when, before when we were reading books, we were doing stuff with our hands outside, all that stuff.
Gross. Outside? Absolutely
Outside?
not.
Yeah, disgusting.
Another thing that South by does is it obviously brings a lot of celebrities here.
Yes, tell us
for
about
film
that.
premieres.
I heard you were on the scene on the red carpet,
I was.
schmoozing a little bit. Tell us about that.
Oh, so much schmoozing. Yeah, so I was on the red carpet for 4 different movies. The
Okay.
first one was Tony Hawk's documentary
All
called
right.
Till the Wheels Fall Off.
Okay.
Tony Hawk was there, even though, he just broke his leg.
Oh, he broke his leg?
Yeah.
How old is he again, and why is he still skating?
I want to say 52, but this is what the documentary is about. It's
okay.
about being completely obsessed with something where it's like Tony Hawk is skating.
No, he is.
But then your body, at a certain point, you
Oh,
can't
yeah.
do that thing anymore. So that's
Yeah.
kind of what the documentary is about.
The sounds you make when you get off the couch, Tony Hawk's still out here riding skateboards, breaking bones. So just compare yourself a little bit.
So yeah, he showed up on crutches. Then there was a movie that premiered called We Crashed. Actually, not a movie; it's a TV show called We Crashed, which is about WeWork. So I met Jared Leto and Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, very nice.
It was Anne Hathaway's first time in Austin.
Really?
Ever.
Okay.
Jared Leto's been here many times. Austin loves him.
Sure.
But Anne Hathaway's first time in Austin.
Did you get a sense of how she felt about everything her first time here?
Yeah. So she went to a restaurant on the east side that she liked. And
Nixta, right?
Well,
Shout out Nixta, the tacos.
2 places, yeah.
Shout
and
out
she went
Edgar.
to Justine's too.
Justine's, yeah, very
So
good.
those were the places that she went.
Those are top choices for her. Okay.
I've had Nixta before.
Yeah, really good.
So good.
They've done a rotation at the stadium as a vendor. So yeah, legit stuff. Legit.
Okay, and then The Lost City, which has Sandra Bullock and Daniel Radcliffe.
Sandra Bullock, Austinite, incredible lady. She's been here since before it was even perceived as a cool place. She's an OG. So
yeah, somebody on the red carpet was like, "Oh, how are you?" The girl before me was like, "How are you liking Austin?" And she was like, "I live here." She's like, "I woke up this morning, I did my laundry, I made my kids breakfast, and now I'm here on the red carpet."
She's in the city. You might not you see her around, but she's here. She's been here for a long time. So
yeah, she was.
Shout
really
out
cool.
Sandy B.
Sandy, that's how people refer to her. And then Daniel Radcliffe, he was super nice. His first time ever in Texas.
Aripoa?
Aripoa.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
Terrible. That's so embarrassing.
Why?
I can't.
Why?
An English accent? We
No,
can't
they
do
all
that.
look at us. They look down on us for even trying it because it's just disgusting. But we do it anyway because we're American, whatever.
Mm-hmm. So he was really nice. It was his first time in Texas. So
Okay.
he asked me, "Do you have any tips for where I should go?" And I said, "Well, you definitely need to get barbecue."
Okay.
And he said, "Where should I go?" What would you, when somebody asks where in Austin do you go to get barbecue?
That's the big one of the biggest food questions. And then we have an abundance. We're just spoiled, and so there's really not a lot of wrong answers. But the obvious choice is Franklin's. He kind of took off the barbecue scene, but crazy long lines, rightfully so.
Yeah.
But there's Milk with Way, there's La Barbecue, Valentina's. There's just so many that you could hit. So.
But you don't have a one. I'm putting the pressure on you.
No,
right
I don't have a one. I can. They all do something a little different, a little better than the other, and we're spoiled. We've got the best of the best. So.
I told him Terry Black's.
Terry Black's a good choice.
Okay,
Absolutely.
good. I told him Terry Black's and then go to Zilker because it's beautiful.
Can you imagine Harry Potter just eating a big old beef rib? Like that's what we got here.
I could
in
imagine
Texas.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think he would love it. And the corn, the cream corn at Terry Black's.
Cream corn at that's your thing. Cream corn of all things.
It is. I could eat a gallon.
All right, I'm learning about you right now. I don't know how I feel about that.
You don't like cream corn?
We'll come back around to that. I don't know about cream corn.
Get out.
Not as my
town.
favorite thing, really.
No, like brisket's my favorite thing.
Oh, okay.
But like
you're shouting out cream corn like it's the top, and
no,
I'm trying to
brisket
figure
was
out
obvious.
where you're.
I was throwing something else out there.
I'm worried about your childhood. We're gonna have to talk about this off camera. I'm just worried about.
My mom's gonna come for you. I'm gonna text my mom right now and say, "Get in the chat."
I'm sorry,
and
Mrs.
yell at Marshall.
Flowers. Didn't mean to insult you. Okay.
Okay. Well, other things that happened at South by.
Yeah.
Austin FC was
Austin
there.
FC had a presence at South by, so you were there as well.
Mm-hmm.
ACL live.
At Moody Theater.
How many people were there?
So many. I mean,
hundreds,
when I
yeah?
walked up, the line was so long, and I had asked somebody. They were like, "We waited in line for an hour."
Yeah.
And they walked in, and they said it was so worth it.
Okay.
It was so crowded. You could barely walk around, and people were so excited. The mood was awesome.
That's amazing.
And I look, I should know this because Twitch exists and like people love gaming, but people love to sit there and watch people play video games.
It's a thing.
And that's something that I learned.
It's a thing. Welcome to 2022. It's a thing.
It was so cool. Like you walked in, you could get this Coca-Cola picture that like moved and it looked really cool. They were handing out snacks, but like they had chairs set up. It was
They were active
really,
out there, huh?
really cool.
And then what'd you watch? So what was the game being played or the event that was happening there?
Okay, so it was an EMLS event. So obviously
Gotcha.
we were watching video game soccer.
Got you.
Which was actually, I was like, okay, I can, because I watched a game and
Yeah.
I was like, I can understand why people are into this.
You got into it?
I did. Like, I
Okay.
was rooting for people. There was a red card in the game that I watched.
Oh,
It was a
okay.
semifinal.
Nice.
And the guy that got the red card, he won that game.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, I'm kind
It's
of.
a party. I mean, people are having
It
a good
was,
time.
it was totally a party.
I
So,
heard
like,
the
whether or
energy
not you were
there.
into it or not,
Yeah.
it was so much fun.
Okay, nice.
But that's not the only thing. Claudio Reyna.
Claudio Reyna.
He was in MLS's The Call Up, which
Absolutely.
is dropping today.
Dropping today. I think you can find them on all the podcast platforms, maybe even YouTube. But shout out to Claudio, historic, presence in U.S. men's soccer. Now he's here at Austin FC. We're so privileged to have him. Listen to that pod for sure. Have him kind of talk a little bit about himself, about the team, and the season so far.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Andy Loughnane, he did a panel on sports betting.
Austin FC was active. We were out here. Andy talking about sports betting. Kind of an interesting topic nowadays.
Yeah, especially here.
Especially here, it's
Yeah.
becoming more prevalent. So yeah, we're Austin FC. If there's something that worthwhile being involved in, we're involved in it.
Austin FC is everywhere.
Everywhere.
But that wasn't it, because Brad Stuver also had a panel on athlete activism. It said
Yeah.
using sport for social good,
Yeah.
which I couldn't think of anybody better than Brad Stuver. I mean, we know that he has the Laundry Project
Yeah.
with his wife.
Okay.
He is very much for LGBTQIA plus, talking about their issues and standing up for them. And so I thought that was just kind of the perfect panel for him.
Yeah.
But I mean, you as an athlete,
Yeah.
is there a difference between maybe what it used to be and now? I mean, we see so many athletes speaking up for different causes. Is there a difference?
we've just seen a tectonic shift in just the availability and the access of athletes and just their openness to supporting things that are true to them and kind of revealing pieces of themselves, ourselves, to the general public, because there's been just a better response to it. I think, there's more of a focus on just, doing your job, which is hard enough as it is, and kind of getting through, but you're realizing I think the general public is realizing how much of that is tied to your well-being as a person. We are people first. So there's been such a drastic change as far as talking openly about mental health, about social issues that we're all going through right now in society. So I think it's a net good. You get to learn more about your athletes and what they're passionate about.
Yeah.
And we get to engage in a broader conversation. So I think it's all positive stuff, but it's definitely changed. I remember my rookie year, it was 2010. Doesn't seem that long ago. It's 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Not really much of that going on. And I think that kind of coincides with the prevalence of social media and people having their own access to platforms and all that stuff. But it's been a really good thing, and I hope to see more of it. Athletes are realizing the kind of the gravity that their words carry, and having access to the platform while they're engaged in the game gets to a broader audience. And I think people ultimately learn more about the athlete. More people can be helped.
Right.
We all grow. We hope all grow as a society.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I was going to say, is like, as somebody who watches sports, you might think, oh, this person is perfect and has no issues. But I think
Not
that
true.
people sharing, what they're going through, what they're passionate about, can grow a fan base for them and for
Yes.
whatever team there is.
Absolutely. I've seen people, Kevin Love as an example, he might not play for your team, but you hear him talk about the stuff he's been through, I think makes more people a fan of his, even if they're not where he is right now in Cleveland, or they haven't followed his career. They're like, oh, I'm a fan of that guy. I see a bit of my journey in his journey. And so I think it's been a really compelling thing that's been happening, and we hope to see more of it. Brad is leading the way with Austin FC guys, and hopefully more guys on the team kind of feel that way and kind of do their own thing in their own path.
Yeah, I mean, he's such a good guy. Look at him right here. Look at.
That's their guy.
There's his face.
With the Sunnies.
And look, here he is again.
Yeah. Just
This is just a wall of Brad Stewart.
just an athlete.
Well, the
pure
first time I
athlete.
interviewed him, they had just moved here during the February winter storm.
Oh, man.
And already immediately they were like, okay, how can we raise money to help people in the community
That's
out?
just who
And
he
so
is, right?
automatically you're like, wow,
Yeah.
like Austin FC, Brad Stuver, like this, they're here to help the community
That's
as
awesome.
well,
Absolutely.
Okay, chat time.
Yeah. We'll
I
see
see
who's-
one thing. Oh, I see hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Two hellos. Hello.
A couple of hellos. And then I see I just want to know who Brittany didn't get to meet or see this past week.
Yeah. Are there any near misses? Any people you wanted to see?
I didn't see Patton Oswalt. He was here.
Oh yeah, comedian. Okay.
Yeah.
Was he
You're good
from-
with your
was-
celebrities.
I just
okay,
have-
here's
I
one. Do
have
you
a
know
lot
Tim
of use-
Heidecker?
That name sounds who? Yeah. Name the show or
Tim
the.
and Eric.
Yeah.
Okay, he does like improv and stuff. I met
Yes.
him,
Okay. Nice.
and it was so nice because he was in his like van, and I
He
saw
was
him.
in his van.
He was in his
Hold on.
it's like one of those.
Was it
nice,
down by the river?
It was like
Was
one.
his van down by the river?
It was like one
Okay.
of those nice Mercedes vans that they're
Oh,
like
okay.
the celebs were. He was about to go to a film premiere.
Gotcha.
And I like saw him, and the door was open. I looked at him, and I
Hi,
like
Tim.
waved. Yeah, and I was like, "Can I take your picture?" Because I had my nice camera, and I was
Oh,
like, "Can I
okay.
just take your picture?" And he got out of the van to take a picture with
What
me.
a gentleman. Okay.
I know it. Later on, Donald Glover, so he's gonna be here.
That's right. The Atlanta is premiering. They had a little
Season 3.
activation, as they call it.
The line
season
for
3.
that
Crazy, right?
was so
I
long.
heard about that. I had friends that went. I saw
Did they
some
love it?
pictures. Yeah, they enjoyed it. It was supposed to be some kind of trippy kind of deal, but yeah, Atlanta season 3 coming out. Yeah, the fact that South by has been kind of under the weather, as a nice way to put it, because of obvious reasons the last couple of years.
Yeah.
A lot of people, this is kind of one of their first things to kind of get out and do the thing where, a red carpet and parties and events and all that stuff. So
well, that was my first question for most people was, what is it like to be back in person at a film premiere? And like many of the big celebrities, they were like, I was kind of nervous about it, but they were excited. And for us here in Austin, the canceling of South by in 2020 was kind of the representation of, oh my gosh, this is real and it's a big deal. Yeah. And then now, it coming back in 2022 is almost like a, oh my gosh, we've made it through this thing that everybody in the world has gone through, and like we're coming out of it. And so it's been really exciting to be downtown. It feels so just alive.
Yeah,
and like you hear languages from all over the place and accents, and so it's cool to see
South by is an international event.
Yeah.
And so we're getting back to realizing that. So shout out to Austin FC for their inclusion in South by. Shout out to you for being dead center, right in the middle of it. Shoving mics in people's faces, trying to get the real spill. That's what we need.
Shoving. No spills.
You're pushy when you need to be. We got the information.
Says who?
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Not pushy.
You did, but again on Sandy B, what was a very interesting question you asked her regarding soccer in Austin. Can we get into that a little bit?
You know what? Yes, because it has blown up on Twitter.
Okay.
I didn't know that it was going to blow up on Twitter.
I don't know.
But people love women's soccer. So,
true.
Okay, so obviously, like we said, Sandy B lives here in Austin.
Right.
We have seen a bunch of celebrities. Natalie Portman, she's behind Angel City.
Yep.
So obviously Matthew McConaughey. And so I asked her, I was like, bringing a women's soccer team here, is that something you could get behind? And she started to talk about like, oh, I have a daughter and she's an athlete, so if they want to recruit
you set the hook,
her,
Brittany. Yeah, you set the hook. Okay.
And then she was like, it would be incredible, and like this city would be so welcoming. And so like she was behind it. She said yes. She was
there
like,
you go.
yes, I'm into it. And I was like, well, Matthew McConaughey got behind this one, so maybe you can get behind the other one. So yeah, that blew up on
There's no
Twitter.
better advocate, and I think a lot of citizens in Austin would agree with her. So good. Okay, nice.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we are an Austin FC show. We can't go on without talking about the boys over here. We're out at St. David's right now,
boys.
but we're off to a hot start. I don't know if you've heard.
Well, tell me.
Well, I before I say anything, I kind of want to hear a little bit. I've heard you perform, prepping in the background, me, doing the.
I'm a really good singer.
Yeah, is there a song that you prefer in moments like this?
Marshall, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
I listened to it this morning.
Oh, really?
Because I was thinking about it. I was like, well, we're probably gonna talk about the 5 goals. And then I was like, Mambo number 5.
Okay.
Only the very beginning.
You're keeping it alive. It's
1,
trying to die.
2,
Let's go.
3, 4, 5. And then you can make up the.
I'm just gonna sit here and watch and observe.
I thought this was a duet.
No, I didn't agree to that. That's not in my contract.
Anyway, goals.
Yeah.
You've played soccer with me.
With you, yes.
At the media match.
Yes.
It's not easy to score a goal in soccer.
It's very difficult to score in soccer.
And we've scored. In back-to-back games, we scored 5 goals in each game.
Each game.
Which is wild.
It's pretty crazy. How crazy is it?
Okay, here's how crazy it is. It is the most goals ever scored in league history. Through the first 2
Made
games.
history already. It's kind of crazy, right?
I feel like that's just kind of what Austin FC does.
Right, now, for sure. I mean, props to the fans for, being patient, because there was a lot of clenched fists last year with just the lack of goal scoring, but we understood.
But especially in like the first home games.
Yeah.
Because we were like, oh my gosh, when is that first goal
People were ready to erupt, and it took way too long, but shout out to the guys. They were working. We understood what was going on, but now they were putting it together.
Highest goal differential in league history through 3 games.
Records, just Guinness. Call Guinness. We're putting a show on right now.
call. You have his number, don't you?
Yeah, call Guinness.
Call him right now. And one thing I want to talk about is like when you're in Q2 Stadium and a goal is scored, it goes so crazy. And the fans, I mean, especially in the supporter section, water, beer as well, they're flinging it everywhere. People were absolutely drenched because it's a lot of goals.
Yeah, they're absolutely drenched, but you can color yourself one of those people. Were you in the supporter section?
Yeah, so my season tickets are actually across from the supporter section.
Okay.
Because sometimes I like to sit there. Don't worry, I'm still chanting the entire time.
She's still legit. She's still legit.
But I did spend the second half of the Miami game in the supporter section with them, and like I said, I mean, absolutely drenched.
You were clean before, and you left with a beer shower.
Yes, like it was wild and amazing.
5 goals,
and everybody's jumping around. Like it's such a great time.
So for people who haven't been to a game, give them a little background on what it's like to be in the supporter section.
It's a party. It is a party, and I think that some people have the fear of, oh, if I don't know soccer, what will the reaction be if I go there? And from what I have seen is these supporters, all they want is to grow the sport of soccer.
Sure.
And so when people come in and they don't know things, they want to be like, oh, let's share this passion with you. And
That's
people
awesome.
have fallen in love
That's the
with
community
it.
part. Shout out to Austin Anthem, Los Verdes, La Murga. Like, that is what Austin FC is known for and will continue to be known for.
Yeah.
Just open arms like that. That's what makes home field advantage. That's what makes an incredible crowd.
But
at
it's
games.
such a party. I mean, and
if you have a chance to go, please go sit in the supporter section.
Yeah.
Cheer yourself. I would drink a little tea before because you're going to be yelling a lot. I would hydrate because you're going to be sweating a lot, but it's worth it.
You're okay afterwards. Later, like right after the game, and then when you wake up the next day, your legs are sore because you're just like
the whole time,
the entire time.
It's a workout, so yeah, it's an excuse to you're like, I got a little leg day on soccer match. You know?
Yes, yeah, and I brought my kids. My daughter, I put her on my shoulder for a little bit.
Oh,
of it.
you're a savage.
I was
okay.
exhausted.
Oh my gosh.
Kind of like little Sebastian. You've seen little Sebastian who swings
Sebastian.
his he's such a little sweetie pie. But yeah, I put my daughter on my shoulders, and I was really genuinely sore the next day.
Oh, but your kids will never forget that. I mean, that as far as an experience is concerned at a live sporting event, I'm sure they felt the energy. Kid friendly to a certain degree. They kept it civil, but I saw some pictures. Her kids had the game face on, so they got into it. It's an incredible place.
Yeah.
There's a reason the whole league has players and other teams have talked about our supporter section and the kind of amount of noise they produce, the atmosphere they bring to the stadium. I mean, people have heard and they continue to talk about it. So it's obviously something that's worth going to see. So get yourself out there if you can.
It is. Okay, so we've taken 6 out of 9 available points. That puts us near the top of the Western Conference.
Yeah,
standings.
Preseason predictions are what they are. They're with some context, but not all the context. We don't know what's going to happen. That's what makes sports great. But we had some MLS analysts pick us to just drag the bottom. And as you can see, this team is not having it. I mean, it's early in the season. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Cliche. But this is a different team than last year. This is a different team. These guys, they're focused. Josh Wolf's system in year 2 is gaining momentum. We've got guys stepping up all over the place, and I expect more to come. It's not going to be easy. Again, we played Portland tough. Yeah. Lost 1-0, but still, we're here. People have noticed. Yeah. And 10 goals in 3 games, literally setting records. I mean, that's not something you can ignore.
No, it's amazing. I feel like there's like a fire in them right now.
Yes.
And who knows? Maybe it's because people might be counting them out and they have, something to prove. But I think part of it is like they're doing it for the supporters, for the fans, but and man, it has been so impressive.
Yeah,
I think.
I mean, but it's still, you need talent to win. And speaking of talent, our guy, I mean,
that man,
Driussi is killing it.
I don't want to be one of those people that's like.
We'll be one of those people.
I'm gonna be one of those people.
Yeah.
I knew the band before they were.
Oh yeah, the little hipster
literally
joint. Okay.
His first game.
Yeah.
I was watching it with one of my soccer player friends, and I was like, "That's my favorite player." That is.
You knew right then.
Yes, because, like, soccer is it's a simple sport.
Teach me, learn me the game, please.
Let me tell you, Marshall. Soccer is a simple sport made difficult by those who play it, and he just has such vision. He is like 1-2 quick touches, like. Yeah. He is so good, and I'm glad that everybody else is like catching on to what I knew from just seeing him in his first game.
We'll let you own that. You knew.
Thank you. Please.
Knew. Yeah,
please.
It's called vision. It's called taste, wisdom, all that.
Ooh, taste. I like that.
Yeah?
It's
Okay.
I like that. I was like, I want to find him on this wall, but
I think he's over there.
He's
over your shoulder. Oh no. Wait.
Oh, and here.
Yeah, both places.
There he is.
Yeah.
Look at him.
I mean, he's got incredible pace. his position, he's a playmaker. So he's allowing guys last year who may be out of position, who are doing a lot more than traditionally people are asked to do. He's letting them flow, and it's an immediate impact, immediate pace. And so shout out to him. Hopefully we all stay healthy and he keeps doing his thing, making us better. But we had to let him know. Taylor Twellman, if you know him, big sports MLS commentator for U.S. Soccer, MLS on air. He says Driussi is a top 5 player now in MLS, which don't take that lightly. And so, you know, I would imagine, you know, fans can see it, but it's just incredible to have a guy that talented. You watch the game, and you're like, oh yeah, he's different. He's on a different level. He's pulling the rest of our team to his level and beyond. And I think we're contenders with him as part of our crew. He
is one of those players that, like, you play with him and then you realize, oh, I'm going to step it up. And he, like, encourages it. He's such a leader.
He's a leader.
In just, like, by what he does.
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
Absolutely.
Okay, chat. Should we look at the chat?
Yeah, let's see. We've got a couple more people, and thanks for coming. Guys, continue to comment.
Please.
Let's see. Who do we have?
Okay, Carlos says that's a true fact on sore legs. Right? Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, Carlos comes in from out of town hours and hours and hours.
8 hours.
He's putting in work. He's driving in hours, multiple hours, coming and supporting, standing the whole time, cheering the whole time. Shout out to Carlos. I don't know how you have the energy, bro. Tell me your diet, little tips. You got tips or anything like that? Is it some tea you're drinking? What is it? Because I wish I had some of that. I wake up and I'm like, I need a little time.
Yeah.
Need some energy. But you got it enough for a drive down, a full match, and a drive back. So shout out to you.
That is
Keep bringing the energy, man. Bring more people with you.
I love that so much. One thing that we didn't yet talk about the Miami game was that there was a TIFO.
Oh, okay.
Did you see the TIFO?
I saw it, but I need more context. Again,
Yes.
You're more versed in soccer, so give me a little bit of what that is.
Ooh, okay. So, well, I mean, maybe nobody knows what a TIFO is, but a TIFO is this large display.
We're an educational podcast, by the way, on top of entertainment.
Large display that goes in front of the supporter section. The supporters work on it. They work on it for a very long time, literally on hands and knees.
That's art, man.
Painting it.
Art.
While it takes them a long time to put it together.
Okay.
The crazy thing is it's only up for just such a brief
all that commitment for like a minute or two during the anthem, right? Is that
after the national anthem, it goes up, and then before the whistle, it goes back down. So this one, just like the very first one, the City of Legends TIFO, first TIFO that we ever had in Q2 Stadium, was also, it was helped by a local artist named Ulawang.
Oh,
so what they do is they grid it out.
Okay.
They put an outline, and then literally supporters come in day after day and just paint it like it's paint by number. Yeah. And then Ulawang goes back in and he like adds sort of detail, and then they,
commitment, man.
They're sitting there with a sewing machine where there's groups of people on one side of the sewing machine feeding it in, and then groups on the other side like taking it, and they're sewing the fabric together.
I didn't know that.
There is an insane amount that goes into it for this huge thing.
Do we know what happens when it is no longer used for the game? Like,
so
can I get one in my house? Can I just put it up?
How big's your house?
I mean, I'll put it on the roof so you can see it from the sky. I don't care. I just don't want it to go to waste. All that work,
Let's ask the supporters if we can put it. Can we put it on Marshall's
I got
house?
A truck. Can y'all roll it up for me? I'll come grab it. Just let me know.
So I asked this question. I think traditionally, that TIFOs were burned after.
Oh, it's like a ceremonial
so that nobody can take it or anything like that. But I don't think that these have been burned.
Okay.
I don't exactly know where they are. I think it would be cool if there was some sort of like museum that people could like walk around it and just see how large it is.
I'm sure there's no shortage of buildings downtown that have window space just for a TIFO.
Right.
Just, display it every match day or something like that. We've got to figure out something. If the tradition is to burn it in effigy or whatever, we'll keep doing that. But there's no reason to let the art go to waste.
I don't think that's what's happened to
all those hours, and it sounds like a lot of heart and soul that goes into those. That's really cool. And it's, again, a unique part of the fabric of this team and this community, and you guys who do that. So thank you for that.
And you've seen some other teams that have some pretty impressive TIFOs, but we're up. I'm telling you, we're up there. Like it's so wild to go into, it was just our first season. Last season was the first season, and we're just up there.
Yeah.
Like normally it takes a little while, but I think it's because the supporters, so before there was a stadium, before there was a coach, before there were players, the supporters had been working for years already, coming up with chants and going to UT soccer games, and just because they wanted to share their passion of soccer with this city, because Austin is a soccer city.
Right.
And if you want to learn a little more about the first season, they made a documentary.
Speaking of passion,
yeah, Pasión Verde is what it's called. It premiered at the Pitch, which is right around here.
Yeah.
Have you been there yet?
Yeah, we went. We had tacos the other day. Shout out to Ryan for the tacos, Taco Flats, really good.
Yeah, it was good. So that was on March 2nd. So it premiered. I was trying to find out where people can watch it.
Where can they find it?
Yeah, that's a good question.
All right,
Marshall,
we'll figure that out for you guys, and we'll get it either on the official Twitter account or something. But that's worth watching. Just a lot of footage from year one, a historic year, a historic season.
It was.
No matter what happens.
And then you see all the faces. I think every time
you
I
make
watch,
a little debut in there.
I am in the documentary.
Okay.
Saying pretty much what I just said, just from my perspective of what I've seen. Just.
So you're famous, okay?
As
I got you.
No, Marshall, I'm not. Okay. Famous. Oh, right now I am, because I'm sitting next to you.
Nah, no way. No way.
But yeah, it is. It really is so cool. It tells the whole story. And I think one thing that's so interesting about Austin FC is, when you see the big billboards, it's not just the players, but there's supporters in there.
Exactly.
You see Ray, who's the guy who goes crazy. You see Rico in there. You see Stephanie. Like there are so many supporters that you feel like they're a part of the team, because they are.
Absolutely.
So I always think that is so
We
cool.
talked about that last show with our lowrider community. Yeah. I mean, just so many through lines with Austin FC and the fans and Austin, the city. I think it just makes it the most unique setup in all of MLS, possibly in professional sports in the U.S. So keep doing it. We're going to continue to highlight stuff that we see. It's just so unique and worthwhile, and you guys make it special, so we appreciate it. Let's see.
Yeah, it's like a couple hundred supporters came out to support the U15, U17 academy.
We've got an academy that comes with a new MLS club. It's going to help us in the long term develop talent locally. Yeah. Keep them here. Also loan them out. Let them just get experience until they come and they're ready for prime time. But the fact that we have academy with guys that are 15 under, 17 under, and we've got hundreds of people showing up to support them, watch them play. That's just crazy. I mean, another testament to our fan base and support here. And those guys, I can't help me being that age. I couldn't imagine someone showing up that way. And for the club that I was with and that I will continue to be with into my pro years, feeling that support, I mean, that can't go unnoticed by the players.
Obviously you get kind of tired when you're working hard in a game, but that is kind of what keeps you going. It helps you mentally, for sure.
Absolutely.
So I've played a game where Murga has showed up.
Okay.
It's wild. It's amazing, and it feels pretty good, and you just want to perform so much better, and it gives you that encouragement. So they're doing a great job.
Shout out to La Murga. We love it.
Rick says howdy.
Howdy,
Verde
Who's that?
fam.
Oh,
Rick.
Yeah. We got more in the chat about NWSL to ATX. We're all for it. Carlos, my man, being very active. Appreciate you, Carlos. Keep coming, keep supporting, keep showing out. Folks, follow his lead. So yeah, we've been talking about Austin FC and the games to start the season. Yeah. There are games coming up, but on top of South by, Austin is just. It has had a reputation, but it is developing an even stronger reputation for being a city, a destination for sporting events. Yeah. And we're talking about soccer here. We're talking about Austin FC, but across the board, we've got incredible events, things coming up that you can go see as a supporter, as an Austinite or anyone nearby. But things that in the future that are just building the sports culture here. Yeah. Including. If you're a golf fan, we got Dell Match Play.
Can you tell me about this? Because this is a big. I hear about it year after year. It's a big deal, right?
It's a big deal. It's a really fun event, kind of a party, but it's a PGA event. You get a lot of big names who come in, and traditionally PGA events, they're like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There's a cut after Friday. This is match play, so it's kind of like the NCAA tournament coming up. It's like they get paired up, and then as far as scores, I know there's more specifics into it, but it's kind of like a bracket style thing.
Cool.
But it's over at Austin Country Club, and it's just a lot of fun. Again, what's better than beautiful weather that we've had, and it feels like we're going to continue to have. Couple drinks, couple Arnold Palmers, whatever your pleasure.
I love an Arnold Palmer.
And watching golf on Lake Austin on the river. It's pretty special. So that's one event. I mean, that in itself brings a lot of people in town, a lot of business in town.
Yeah.
And then now Coda's on a roll. As far as if you're a race fan, if you're a sporting fan of things that go fast. There's a lot going on at Coda. Specifically, most recently, that's going to happen is NASCAR.
Okay.
I mean, it feels like NASCAR loves Austin. Austin seems to love NASCAR.
Yeah.
And it seems like there's going to be a future here for the foreseeable future.
One thing that I got to cover.
Yeah, please
Formula One.
Yeah, F1.
I got to go to U.S. Grand Prix.
Okay.
In 2019.
All right.
I didn't know anything about it before.
Okay.
And people were like, it's just a big deal. Just know that it's a big deal. And I said, okay. And so I started watching Drive to Survive, the Netflix doc, and I was like,
you're hooked.
This is so cool. It is amazing how fast those cars go.
Yes.
Obviously. And then just the celebrities that these guys are, and then just how many people come to Austin from around the world. Like South by, you're hearing accents, you're hearing different languages.
F1 is truly international. I mean, you see people from all over the world who come in, who follow their favorite driver. They've got their shirt on, their hat on of their guy or their team, Mercedes, whatever, McLaren, and they're there and they're passionate, and they bring that to the race here. This past year's F1 was an incredible race. Again, NASCAR last year, we got poured on, and still people showed up. They put their ponchos on, and they cheered, and they had a good time. It was, Austin's just such a destination for that stuff. And if you're a resident or you're anywhere nearby, the amount of things at your disposal to just go have a good time, take the kids to, take the husband, wife to, whatever. We're spoiled.
It's so wild because, yes, of course, I say it all the time, Austin is a soccer city, but also we're the live music capital of the world.
Yep.
We're also we have a ton of comedy here. Like coming up next month, there's a comedy festival that's happening.
Which one is that? Tell us about that.
It's the Moon Tower Comedy Festival. So it's been going on for a while. This year is actually the first year that they're teaming up with Just for Laughs, which you might have heard of.
I've heard of it.
Yes, perfect. So yeah, they're bringing in big names. So it is wild how much you can, film, obviously people premiere their movies here at South by and in Austin for a reason. And that reason is that, like, when people go into these movies at South by, they go in wanting to absolutely love the movie. And I got to see one last night. People were cheering, people were like screaming. It was so cool just being a part of that experience. And you're right, we're so spoiled because there's a little bit of everything here.
There's a little
bit of everything. Austin is a everything city.
Absolutely. Whatever your pleasure, we got you.
Yeah, it's so great.
But Austin FC is what we're here for.
Yeah.
We got a game coming up. Guys, they're in the heat. They're in dead heat of the season. We've got another game against a really strong opponent.
Yeah.
Seattle on Sunday.
Yep.
The game, I believe, is at 3:30 Central.
3:30. I always like to say, if it's a Sunday game and it's early, bring your kids.
Okay.
Because I brought my kids
I don't have kids. Tell the folks with families.
Well, like with bedtime and stuff. Like my kids got to go to bed at like 8:30.
I got a bedtime too.
You got a bedtime too.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, these games we got to put you to bed too. You're
okay,
right.
Cool. That's fine.
Well, if you go in the supporter section, you will be asleep by the time. Like,
for sure.
You're gonna get home.
You're gonna earn your keep.
Bring your kids to these games.
Sure.
I think that every time that I've gone, sometimes you get nervous, oh, my kid's not going to sit through this whole thing. But, like, the supporters and just, like, the whole atmosphere of it just makes it easier for kids to sit through. That's been my experience.
It's just a constant buzz. There's always stuff to see. Again, like the noise level. Yeah. It's a really electric atmosphere, and I agree with you. Taking myself back to my 8-year-old self, I'm sure would have loved coming to a game.
Yeah. Exactly.
Absolutely.
You remember those things, like, as a kid. I remember, my first professional sporting event, and I, like...
What was it?
It was a Cowboys game.
Oh, hey, same here. Okay,
really?
Yeah, I grew up in Dallas.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I know. Well, it happened.
But, yeah, I remember just, like, walking out and just seeing
that first kind of wide view.
Oh my gosh, I remember it.
Crazy.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was incredible. Like my eyes teared, and you're just like, wow.
You cried? Oh, you a little verklempt? Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm a crier.
Okay, that's fine.
Do you want me to cry right now? Because I will.
On command? You really are meant for the red carpet. Okay,
could.
Nice.
So yeah, I think that, bringing your kids, this is such a fun thing to bring your kids to.
It really is.
If you're brave, you can go to the supporter section. I brought my kids over there, but if not,
bring a
the
poncho
seats are
maybe.
Good. Bring a poncho,
yeah?
Right?
Okay.
Especially with all the goals we've been scoring.
Yeah, no. Well, we're hoping to continue that. The guys
Coming off of 2 games at Q2,
Yeah.
each with 5 goals, turning from supporter to supporter, everybody's like, 3, 4, just amazed. Everybody is so amazed. Mambo number 5, it was written about those first 2 games. I know that Lou Bega wrote it a while ago, but I called him and he said that it was about those first 2
Lou
games.
Bega, you're welcome for these retroactive streams.
Yeah.
That you're gonna get from Mambo number 5. So
honestly, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, Carlos here. He says I took my little 3-year-old and she loves going and standing and singing with the rest of the supporters.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, my kids
get
are
into
6
it.
and 10.
The kids, they're if you show some enthusiasm, they'll show it, and next thing you know, you got a proper addict on your hands. A nice to Austin FC, and we'll take those every day.
And they're chanting the whole time. My daughter actually leaned to me.
Yeah.
After their 3rd song that they were, and she goes, do they do this the whole time?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, they do it the entire time. And if you're nervous, they hand out chant cards.
I was gonna ask, did your daughter learn some of the songs, and if she learned them, can she teach them to me? Okay, nice. But
yes.
they hand out cards.
They do. They hand out cards.
They got pamphlets. I mean, what
do.
does Austin Anthem not do? Los Verdes, what do they not do? They do it all.
Yeah, La Murga. I mean, they are constantly trying to come up with new songs and new chants, and some that the entire stadium can get behind.
Sure.
And so yeah, if you're nervous about not knowing the chants, don't be nervous. They're so welcoming. They'll give you a little card and you can follow along there.
Nice.
But literally just jumping around and going crazy.
Yeah.
Who doesn't need that?
Who doesn't need that?
You need it. It's a release almost.
Yeah. So real quick, from a real touch and go from a soccer strategy standpoint, how do you see the Seattle game going, and how do you see our team kind of moving forward with this season?
I think that we've this year we've proven that we have a ton of leadership, and I think that really has carried us. We know what our game plan is.
Okay.
And I think that we've kind of proven that we're sticking to that, and it is so nice to have goal scorers.
Right.
Like people who, there are people who are just like, I'm not one of those people. I'm jealous of people who just have that mindset. So there is a little, now that we're coming off of 2 back-to-back 5-goal games, I feel like there is kind of an expectation of we're going to score goals.
Right.
And I feel like they can do it because we have these goal scorers.
Absolutely.
They have done such a great job.
True nines, right? Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Strikers, goal scorers, guys. They just have an eye and a feel for the back of the net. Last year we just didn't have that, and we're not making excuses, but last year is what it was. We're an expansion franchise. We played our first 8 games on the road. So many things. And so now guys are settled in. They had a full camp with the new guys.
Yeah.
We've got people in their right position. Josh is moving people around, but they're in their natural footed position, or their natural, whether they're a speedy guy or a ball handler, whatever.
Yeah.
They're feeling out where they should be, where they can play their best, and
Exactly.
it's showing right now.
You see such a difference.
Yeah.
So it should be a really good game. It'll be nationally televised.
Okay, yeah.
Fox Sports 1.
And Fox Deportes.
And Fox Deportes.
Nice.
You gotta tune in.
Okay.
I feel like if you've never been to a soccer game, this is a good one to go to.
Oh, really? Okay.
Come and experience
Yeah.
it. I have people who are like, can you please explain what offside is? And I'm like, yes, don't worry. Those are the people that should come to the game, because you'll fall in love with this
Absolutely.
sport. Yeah.
And we're in a stretch now of probably the best weather of the year. It's going to be beautiful. I don't want to jinx it. I'll knock on a little wood, but
I know, part of me is like, okay, what is the
last
weather
couple days,
on
and
Sunday?
then it's looking like it's just going to be amazing, sunny and breezy.
Oh.
And
According to my app,
yeah,
it says Sunday, a high of 77, a low of 45.
Okay.
But that sounds like a lovely day
Yeah,
to
I don't
go
know how you
watch
get much
some
better than
soccer.
that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Bring your kids. Bring your dog. You can't bring your dog, but
No, don't bring it.
In
No,
spirit,
but
bring him
there
in spirit.
will be a dog there.
Whoa.
Because
Okay.
the mascot.
Oh,
there will be
okay,
a dog
yes.
that is available for adoption, just like there is every home game.
Wait. Okay, teach me about this as well. So we have a partnership with who?
Spencer, do you know the answer to that? Ooh,
yeah. Oh, yes.
We're introducing Spencer.
Yeah, we haven't
Spencer
included
has to unmute
Spencer enough.
himself. Okay, so you all won't see him because there's not a camera on Spencer. But Spencer is going to help us out by answering that question. Who is the partnership with that we do the
Pet
mascot?
adoptions.
Yeah.
That would be Austin Pets Alive.
There we go.
Okay, a great.
You heard it here first from the guy Spence behind the switchboard. Austin Pets Alive. Over there. Austin, such a pet-friendly place. I mean, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Can't bring your pet, but like there are pets that you can see there.
Yeah.
A couple every now and then a portal, an entry point, if you will, if you're looking to adopt.
Yeah.
And so we highly encourage, if you have the time and the energy, please adopt. Austin Pets Alive, a great partner, and I love dogs. I have dogs.
Yes, I have a dog. I actually
really?
celebrated my gotcha day 2 days ago.
Gotcha day.
Right, that's what they call it. When you.
I've never used that in my entire life. Apparently, I'm
the
not
day
a good
that you
dad.
got your dog. You've never heard that?
No.
Oh, I thought
Gotcha day.
Wow, I'm just teaching you everything.
Sounds like we're out catching dogs, just like gotcha, like what?
Kinda. It was the day that I got my dog. A gotcha day.
What
do you call it?
I didn't say the dog. The dog saved me. That type of thing, you know. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Do you have that bumper sticker?
No, I should.
Don't.
I need more.
Wait, do you have one dog or two?
Just one.
Okay.
That's
what
all
kind
I
of
can
dog
handle.
is it?
He's a mutt. He's like a shepherd mix, if you will. He's about 45 pounds.
And how long have you had him?
I've had him since 2014. I adopted him. He's like 2 when I adopted him.
Okay.
No, he's a stud. His name is Jinx. Awesome dog. If you see him, say hello. He says hello back.
Okay.
Not really, but
he's very talented.
No. He's
yeah,
awesome.
my dog's name is June.
June.
Mm-hmm.
June and Jinx. Nice.
I know. Right. I kind of like it. I feel like
they
should meet.
Little doggy date. Nice.
I love it. They can have a doggy play date. But yes, hey, come to a soccer game.
Absolutely.
Get a Valentina's brisket taco.
I mean, how do you come to Austin FC and eat bad? There's just no way. You're gonna drink good. You're gonna eat good. You're gonna watch a lot of good soccer. Have a good time with the supporters group and all the other fans. It's, in my opinion, the best atmosphere in the MLS. They're saying it. I'm also saying it. But absolutely come. Just have a good time.
Yeah, that's a fact.
This
is just a factual show, and that's a fact.
That's all we do is spit facts.
It's my favorite place to go. Is Q2 Stadium on game day.
We're gonna check the chat one more time. See what people are saying. What's his name?
Illy
Nux says, "This is so cool. I agree."
Yeah. And
then he said, "I really wish we'd see Cascante and Romana back together. They seem like they were destined for each other."
I met him.
Did you?
Johan Romagna. I met him. He took a picture with my kids.
Nice.
So very nice. Wish I spoke Spanish so I could have a conversation with the guy.
That would probably help a little bit.
Listen, I've been trying to do Duolingo.
You're working on it.
That's not even a joke. I really am.
Yeah,
but I only know a tiny little bit.
Un poquito, yeah.
There's another. It says, I had a dog named Jinx, but my son took him from me.
Oh, man.
Jinx, that's a good name for a dog.
It is a good name for a dog.
Did you name him, or was your dog named?
It was already, he already had the name. He was already called by it.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm not switching it up.
Yeah, my dog's name was Kimmy, and I was like.
That's switch worthy for sure.
Yeah.
I don't blame you for that.
Yeah, no. Changed it to June. And she's a good dog.
Well, folks, this has been awesome. Again, thank you for participating in the chat. Watch the team on Sunday. A big match against Seattle. Continue to support Austin FC locally. Continue to support Austin sporting events, the music, the film, everything. We've got an incredible city. We love that you're a part of it. We love that you're sharing it with us. I'm Marshall Newhouse. This is Brittany Flowers. This is show number 2. We appreciate you tuning in. Again, we're doing this every other Tuesday until the wheels fall off, basically. And we'll get better each time. We're going to continue to have fun. Bring some guests on.
Tell your friends to join us. So
Tell your friends about me.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that you guys can chat with us.
Yes,
Whatever's
please.
on your mind, we want to know.
Yeah, we want to hear it all. We'll shout you out and we'll interact. But again, thank you so much. Tune in next time, next Tuesday or 2 Tuesdays from now. Sorry, I gotta get it right.
Yeah.
On YouTube, this show, it's streaming live, but there will be a recording on the Austin FC official YouTube page. So check that out. Check out Call In. What's the pod?
Don't worry, I got it.
Yeah, the Call Up. Sorry,
Good
MLS
job.
Pod, where you find your podcast, and on YouTube hopefully too. And then tune in next time. We appreciate you very much. Spencer, can you take us away?
Bye, everybody.
Appreciate you. Bye.